podcast, the Down to Earth Network, with your host, Sean Myrie. Yep, people are still talking about the Kendrick show that, happened in Toronto. And I just know of one show, and after he left. He's supposed to have two shows. I'm hearing maybe tomorrow. I don't know. But the first show had a lot of reaction from a lot of people, right? There's a little clip I'm gonna play to all of you of some people celebrating that whole king. I guess that's the famous restaurant that was in Drake's one of Drake's videos dissing Kendrick Lamar, and Kendrick Lamar, responded um, with DJ Mustard. Well, mostly DJ Mustard, showing that he purchased something from that same restaurant. But let me just play something here. Say Drake, I hear you like a gun. You better let us sound like one. And if it's not too many drugs, then drink like the dust is the throne. Feel each other, only one to get your hand down. Party at the party, playing with the girls now. My dad on your kids, why is he around? Certified number one, certified better. Rock, 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 rock. I'ma do a stunt. When I draw like I'm being inspired. Rush and recording from the A-minor. So I don't know what people think about that ish, but I don't think they're all from Toronto. That's the misconception. A lot of tourists always come to Toronto, even people from all around Canada, even America, right? They always come, but people are gonna dub it. Oh, you guys, look how you guys are with Drake, man. You got no loyalty and stuff. I'm gonna play something right now. Reaction. Um, him, Akademiks.
Last night, I wrote a letter to Trump. I said, Trump, we gotta get Canada as our 51st state. It's ain't no way. It's no way. It's no way that should have been allowed to happen in Canada. That's when I realized, and this is not all for my Canadian people, because I love my Canadians, and I do love Toronto. It really was my favorite city in the world.
So now he's saying you got to get Toronto or whatever Canada as the 51st state. Akademiks. The man who himself is an immigrant himself. Remember that. He's from Jamaica, really. Akademiks.
They show me so much love. But what I seen last night was a city that was misguided, broken, and not knowing the harsh truths behind some of what this battle is about. Let me make no mistake about it. If you are just a Kendrick fan and you're like, no, we're just glad Drake is catching a L or whatever you want to say, cool, you got it. But when I watch Canadians dance, sing.
Now, I don't know. To me, Akademiks just sound like a damn fool. How you know they're all Canadians? Toronto is a place where a lot of people come to visit, even before this whole Kendrick thing. It's tourist season, basically. It's June, right? Canadians, a lot of them are Americans coming from the East Coast, New York, or whatever states close by. And then there's people from other parts of Canada, if not Europe. Not saying there ain't no Toronto people, but I'm going to be straight up. Those tickets are pretty expensive. And what Toronto people are you talking about? Those tickets are really expensive. So I'm going to say it again. What Toronto people are you talking about? The ones who could afford it? Must be.
So they're losing their voice box. The whole time I'm looking like, dude.
I play this fool over again. Sorry.
Last night, I wrote a letter to Trump. I said, Trump, we gotta get Canada as our 51st state. It's ain't no way. It's no way. It's no.
I don't know why he's surprised. He must not really know Toronto. I don't know if he even ever physically came to Toronto besides talking to a couple rappers on his stream from Toronto, right? And talking to Top 5 and other people. I don't know. I don't even think Academics has come to Toronto, and if he has, it's a long time ago. So he's saying Toronto should be part of America because of the reaction of a Kendrick Lamar concert. People are always fans of Kendrick from long time ago from Toronto or Canada. He has fans here way before the beef. Way before the beef, the man has fans here. Okay? So he's he thought that Kendrick would get the pushback. He thought that Kendrick would really get booed coming to Toronto. No, no, no. I already knew that he was gonna be, welcomed. There's some people, right, from Toronto that purchase tickets, but a big percentage are out of towners. So when you're talking about this show, it's not Toronto people. A lot of the people who are, cheering on the song, they're not like us. So correct that. Let's hear this, man.
No way that should have been allowed to happen in Canada. That's when I realized, and this is not all for my Canadian people because I love my Canadians and I do love Toronto. It really was my favorite city in the world. They show me so much love.
It's his favorite city in the world. Academics is saying that Toronto is his favorite city in the world. So it sounds like he came down here already. Because he's saying it's his favorite city. What makes it his favorite? Because of Drake?
But what I seen last night was a city that was misguided, broken, and not knowing the harsh truths behind some of what this battle is about.
Man, I don't know what he's talking about. A lot of the people, you're talking about the city. A big percentage ain't from the city. Let's see what's going on here. A big percentage. Kendrick runs the six. Lamar Lashley. Kendrick, right, has fans here. It's like any other beef what might have happened before with what's his name again? See, I can't even remember that man who Drake was beefing with um from Philly. What's his name? See, he's not even that important, right? I know that Academics doesn't like him. Meek Mill, right? Kendrick has fans here. And I don't know, the illusion, I gotta clear this up. The illusion that just because you're from Canada or from Toronto, that everybody was with Drake or everybody's supposed to be with Drake. I don't know who started that, but that is the biggest bull crap. Just because you're from Toronto does not mean that you like Drake. There's tons of people. There's probably a big population, and I'm not talking about the people who went to the show, who don't like Drake's music. And there's a good amount of people who like Drake's music, right? I don't know where people feel that you have to have this allegiance to Drake. Drake's a very successful artist, but a lot of people still support Kendrick. It's been like that besides this whole Drake thing and Kendrick thing. A lot of people support outside artists who are not even from Canada. We have our own artists. We have a lot of artists in Canada or Toronto. A lot of hip hop artists, singers and all that. But we support more the artists in America or even UK. So I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. I was never surprised the reaction of the people. I expected something like that. I expected something like that. So all these people are surprised that people were singing Kendrick's song and all. I don't know. You really don't know, because Toronto is a funny place, yo. They will support somebody else before they support their own. And this is even happening with Drake. This is even happening with Drake, the big time superstar, right? Let's hear what this guy.
Make no mistake about it. If you are just a Kendrick fan and you're like, no, we're just glad Drake is catching a L or whatever you
answer that. You're right. Lamar Lashley, Toronto hip hop outlet started that. Yeah, who it is? I didn't start that shit. And we talk about hip hop a lot. Yeah, Toronto hip hop outlet started it and making it a Canada and America thing. That when he made Not Like Us, that was for Canada. It was for Drake, right? I heard a lot of other content makers, especially even from America, mentioned this, that it was for everybody who's not from Compton. It was more of a Compton or a West Coast anthem to the South, to the East, to Drake, to everybody. Not like us. Yeah, he's gonna talk. He says certified lover boy, certified PDF, of course, because it's a battle against Drake, right? And if Drake is gonna respond, he might say something about, which he did. He mentioned something about the West Coast, right? He'll mention something about the West Coast, which he done more than once, right? Talking about fades and after then using that the AI with the Tupac and Snoop. So he did, right? So the people who you see cheering and jumping up in the concert, a lot of them ain't from Toronto. And I'll be straight up, the tickets are damn expensive, very expensive. And right now, Toronto has a big unemployment rate, a very big unemployment rate, about over 300,000 people. I doubt the people who you expect to see maybe at the show, they weren't at the show. They were watching, online.
Say, cool, you got it. But when I watch Canadians dance, sing till they're losing their voice box, the whole time I'm looking like, dude.
Now, this to show you this guy's out of touch. This show you he's out of touch. Now, when we have festivals in Toronto, a lot of Americans come here. There's one coming up, Caravana, right? It's coming up. This event, Caravana, a Caribbean event for over 40 something years. August 5th, thousands of Americans, they come here. Even other people all around from Canada, all around the world, they come here, right? So I would not be surprised. Bless up Underground Nation. Yeah, like thousands of Americans always come here, like for festivals and stuff like that. And they, like, you think a couple hundred Americans, if not a couple thousand Americans, didn't go to the Kendrick Lamar show in Toronto? New York's right there, the East Coast. Chicago's not far. A lot of Boston, like, I keep going. Like, there could have probably been, just say there's 50,000 at the show. Yeah, like, sorry, just a little intermission. Well, let's say some New York ladies went and they were interviewed. Yeah. Okay, just say 50,000 people are at the show, right? You might have at least 20,000 people who are not from Toronto. Think of it. 50,000 people, just say they're at the show. You could have 20,000 people who are not from Toronto. That's a good amount of people. So you could have 10,000 people or 20,000 people cheering Kendrick Lamar hard. And then you're going to say it's Toronto? No, man. Get it correct. It's not Toronto, man. It's not no Toronto. It's a lot of tour out of towners, right? Like you said, Underground Nation, you're saying some New York ladies went and they were interviewed on the news. Yeah. And it's not just this show, any other show what comes here with artists who are big, like international artists or, from America. There's always a big percentage of Americans who come here and other people, right? So I'm not surprised of this, like
Last night,
the reaction. I'm not
I wrote a letter to
surprised.
Trump. I
People
said,
are
Trump,
getting surprised
We got to
because
get Canada.
they can't believe it. They cannot believe it. Like, come on, man. You cannot believe it. That's funny, right? I knew this would happen, right? You see, what's his name? Top five. Go to the hotel where Kendrick was staying, and after then, Kendrick, he said, like, he after the show he left the city to go back to New York, but he has two shows, and you know what? I gotta look it up because they made it like he canceled the second show, but I'm hearing the second show is still a go, and I don't think it like the first show was Thursday. I don't think the second show went on Friday. I think it's actually Monday, right? Tomorrow. If it is, I don't know the time right now, but I'm hearing it's Monday. I don't know if that's true, but yo, people get over it. Not everybody likes Drake in Canada or in Toronto. I don't know what, just because he's a big superstar, automatically everybody has to be with Drake. Like, come on, wake up. A lot of people are bandwagonists too. We got a lot of bandwagonists in Toronto because a big percent of the people who are talking about this whole thing and saying that if you're with Kendrick, you are like, you are a traitor, or you're a backstabber, blah, blah, blah. When Drake first came out, and I remember this, a big population, or majority of the so-called hip-hop, I'm going to say the hip-hop community, never supported Drake. They never liked Drake. I'm going to say it again. A big percentage of the hip-hop community or urban music community in Canada or Toronto, they never liked Drake or supported him. That's why Drake had to go to America. He knows the blueprint. He had to go to America, establish himself there for home to give you respect. Home does not give anyone, no matter who you are, right? What you do. It home doesn't give you respect until you get respect somewhere else. And that's in the music, that's in sports, that's in whatever you do. Because right now, for example, now sports, a lot of the top NBA players are Canadian, and they would not be recognized if they didn't go to school in America or play on an American league, right? So same thing goes with the artists. If Drake, if Tory, if Weekend, they never went to America, would they be the same? Would they be big? Right? So my point is the people at home in Toronto, they don't recognize you until somebody else does. Right? A lot of bandwagonists, a lot of the people who are pro Drake right now, and I'm talking people especially near my age, um, a lot of them are big. They're the biggest fakes. They're the biggest fakes because when Drake was coming out, most of these people who are claiming like they like Drake, they never liked Drake. Because you know why? They looked on Drake as a nerd from Degrassi playing Jimmy. That's how a lot of people looked on him. So they're saying this actor guy who just wants to rap is gonna bigger than me. Guys who've been rapping for 5, 7 years way before him are doing hip hop. Look down this Degrassi kid who was acting and got the links, and yo, he all of a sudden he hit the jackpot, right? He's getting attention on BET in America, and then slowly, he's Young Money, and then when he comes back, oh, everybody loves Drake now. Come on, Drake sees through the bullshit himself too. Drake sees through the bullshit himself too. Guaranteed. He knows he had to work hard in America to get people to respect him up here. Because if he did not work hard to get in America, no one would respect him as much. He would just be another Toronto rapper who um, put in some work and disappeared. Or just like local, more local, right? Um, People are surprised, but I'm not surprised, right? I'm not surprised. Let's see what we got here. See what I could get here. But yeah, a lot of bull crap people are mad about this whole king show. You know what? Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. I want to clarify this. I could tell a lot of these people ain't from Toronto. Just how they act, just how the mannerism is, or how they act. You could just tell they're out of towners. Like they're surprised they're in this the whole king. You could tell they're not from Toronto. These people, yo. Only Americans who don't know better are gonna say that. Nah, 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 nah. These people, majority of them are not from Toronto. I put money on that. Majority of them ain't from Toronto. So people are getting angry and shit like that. Academics talking about loyalty and whatever shit he's talking about, like make it a 51st state and shit. You're an immigrant. Don't they might deport your ass, academics. They might deport your ass, ICE. So look on this now. Now, everybody talking about the so-called little beef, Jagmeet Singh, the former NDP leader, right? And he went to the show, and Drake called him a goof because people are saying that he went to the show. But later on, recently, he responds and saying that he didn't go for Kendrick Lamar. He went for SZA. He didn't go for Kendrick Lamar. I kind of believe that's cap. That's kind of cap, man. Let's see. Right? He didn't go for Kendrick Lamar. He went for SZA. And he's apologizing to Drake. Right? He's apologizing to Drake. I went for SZA, not Kendrick. I was born in the city. I love the city. But real talk, I get it. I shouldn't have gone at all. Man, what are you apologizing for? I think Jagmeet Singh is born in the West End, Toronto. Correct me if I'm wrong. He's apologizing for going to the Kendrick show with SZA. I grew up in the city. Now, this is the bullshit I'm talking about. Just because you grew up in Toronto doesn't mean that you have to be supporting Drake. Yes, Drake brought the spotlight to Toronto. Yes, more. And he does show love, but who's everybody likes Drake? Everybody listens to his music? No. And just because you don't like him doesn't mean that you're a like super hater. He is, I don't know what you mean, from the east. Oh, he's from the east. You're talking about who you talking about from the east? Who you talking about from the east? I'm not really sure who you're talking about. Oh, you're talking about Jagmeet Singh from the east. Okay, East Scarborough. Yeah, people are making too much of this. I'm not surprised of the reaction. What happened when Kendrick came? There's a lot of people who don't like Drake from Toronto. It's like other artists in America. They're in home city. A lot of people don't like them either for different reasons. Remember, Drake was acting for at least 8 years on the Grassy, a popular television show from Toronto, for 8 years. So it was kind of hard to convince at first a lot of people from Toronto that this guy who's an actor in a wheelchair that he's a very good rapper at first. But a lot of Americans don't know nothing about Degrassi. So they just looked on this guy as like, this up and coming rapper. They don't know anything. There are people that like both artists. Yeah. That's another thing. There's people who like both artists. That's a big thing. Thanks, Nads. There is a lot of people who like both artists. So just because you go to a Kendrick show doesn't mean that you hate Drake. Because let's go back to the Tupac situation and Biggie. A lot of people like Tupac and Biggie. I like Tupac and Biggie when they were whatever was going on back in the day. So what? If you go to a Tupac show and he's in New York, you're dissing Biggie, and vice versa. Biggie goes to Cali, you go to a Biggie show, you're dissing Tupac. Come on, man. There's a lot of rappers in the game who don't like each other, and people like both artists. So I think it's this blog shit, right, on the net that's making people crazy. It's all this blog shit on the net. People, oh, look what happened. What these guys done and shit, right? But Jagmeet Singh has to apologize now to Drake. Holy, please, man. If Drake cusses you or whatever he call you a goof, he call you a goof. That's what he called you. He'll call anybody something, right? If he doesn't like whatever the message. So a lot of those people are goofs for going to the show if they're from Toronto. A lot of those people are people with money. That's all I got to say. A lot of those people are people with money. And you, if you're from Toronto and you don't have like just say that the financial you're in a good financial space, you have to save for that show. Let me see what you're saying, people. He needs to grow up. He needs to grow up. Drake, if he's sensitive. Drake's sensitive, man. Drake's real. He is sensitive. He hasn't really changed since what it's called the grassy days. He's sensitive, man. Yeah, grow up, Drake. Some people it takes time, but he's sensitive. Seeing a politician at the show, and you know, it went it went to him in some type of way, And Drake dropped a new track with Smiley around the same time of this whole, controversy with the show. He dropped a track with Smiley. Well, it's Smiley's track with Drake. And I think that's a great track. Concentrate on that. And he was supposed to do a stream with Kai Senat. You should concentrate on that, right? Um, but he was, he needs the spotlight too, because the same time when this whole Kendrick thing is going on, right? The show, he's, promoting, helping Smiley, which he should. That's his artist. And then talking about a stream with the biggest streamer in the world, with the biggest artist in the world, right? Drake. People might think, what are you talking about? But yo, Kendrick, I like Kendrick, right? Gets away with a lot. I'm not surprised. Okay, when he's saying why he gets that song is not good. It's the best I've heard. Like, I've listened to a lot of shit. It's the best I heard from Smiley. And I don't really, no diss to Smiley. He's doing his thing, but I don't really check for that guy, Smiley. So for a commercial track, not hip hop space. I'm just talking commercial track. It's good for Smiley because he got something with Drake. And like it or not, it's going to play in the clubs. And he's talking about a lot of the local scene. If you're American and you don't understand what he's saying, he's talking about a lot of stuff in Toronto. So when that plays in the clubs, a lot of people who are from those areas, Mississauga, Muskoka, Barrie, Hamilton, those are areas. That's why he said it's an anthem. I've done a review on it. So they're gonna like to hear people are gonna like to hear that. It's not really, to me, even though it'll be playing everywhere, it's more of an anthem for the city on for Smiley, right? It's not the best song, but it's a commercial song. Oh, so you're Canadian. Yeah, it's a commercial song, right? So I listen to a lot of the other shit from Toronto, what's coming out. But for Smiley, it's good for him. It's good for him. And for Drake, it's going to be playing in the clubs because the beat, it's going to play in the clubs, like it or not. It's not the best track, but it's going to play in the clubs. And what he mentioned in there, yeah, what he mentioned in there, all those things, what he mentioned will be big for especially Caravana time coming up. Caravana festival time, it's going to be big. I don't believe Drake hangs in Brampton. No, 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 no. That's more like a smart. You know what though? What I know, my research. I'm not gonna say everything, but Drake is always in Toronto more than other people who usually go. What's called, they don't go back to their city. Drake, and he's on a level that even though you see him, his mansion in Toronto, he has probably a lot of different houses all through this province of Ontario. So I'm not saying he has a place in Brampton, but he probably has other places because Canada is big and Ontario is big. He probably has places in Niagara, places up north, and everywhere. The man's filthy rich, and his money's more in Canada. So he probably has, and even if it's in Brampton, it'll be somewhere where no average person could go in Brampton. So I'm just saying that song is commercially good right now because of the summer coming in. But Drake's working on his album. Remember that. People don't forget he's working on his album. But people have an illusion because you're from Canada that you have to have this allegiance to Drake. That you are a traitor to Drake if you like Kendrick. Right? That's crazy. Okay. When what's his name? Future came and performed here. Future he had beef with. Are all those people traders who went to the Future show? Future came here. I'm just putting that out there. Who else he has beef with? If ASAP Rocky comes to Toronto, no one's gonna go watch ASAP Rocky, right? Rick Ross comes here sometimes, and people do go to watch him. Is nobody gonna go? Are you going against Drake? All these people. Remember, Drake has a lineup of beefs. It's not just Kendrick. So all those people are included too. The Americans are already clowning the album. Which album you talking about? Which album you talking about? Underground? I'm not sure which album you talking about. Are you talking about the one with Party Next Door? What? Which album? I'm interested in like Drake's album hasn't come out yet, and I want people to stop this American shit because I've been on this so-called internet for a good while, and I'm everywhere looking. And let me tell you something: the illusion is real. You know how much Americans they love Drake. Drake goes. You must be talking about the collaboration. That's not his album. That's him and Party Next Door. So it's both their albums. But Americans love Drake more than any Canadians. I've been on Twitter, Twitter Spaces, especially when the beef was starting, and people would talk about Kendrick, but nothing is like the Drake stands. They love him down there. If he goes to California, they're coming out. They'll pack up the stadium. Any stadium Drake goes to in America, it's going to be packed the hell up. So the clowning, yeah, there's people who are with Kendrick, but come on, man. Let's stop this shit. The Americans love Drake. They love Drake. Let me say that again. Right? So when you're seeing these people talk, a lot of them probably, and they're for Kendrick, a lot of them from California. Oh, the Iceman. That's not out yet. Is that album out? Iceman? I don't think he should use it. I've done a review. I don't think he should use that name because of what's going on in California, unless he's trying to be subliminal, right? People might say, is he talking about Canada because it's ICE? ICE is that group what's doing the stuff to the immigrants right now. Is it good for him to use that name, ICE? I don't know, but that's not out yet. The Iceman album's not out yet. See, it's not out yet. That's not out yet, that album. He might even change the name. I wouldn't be surprised if he changed the name. He might be hearing me talk right now. Drake might change that name. The Iceman name might be changed. Hold on, people. Let me see something. Hold on, people. You better change that name. Drake. But he has the Iceman. Oh, boy. He's going to change that name, man, I think. I didn't even see the artwork. They're going to clown everything. When you're at the top of your game, like him, anyone, no matter what, who it is, people are always going to find something to make you look bad. Yep, I said it. It's a very bad idea, that Iceman. I think you should scrap that shit. Scrap it. It doesn't look good. Scrap it. Great name, you think? Great name? Maybe. But the illusion is a lot of those people at the show weren't not from Toronto. They're not from Toronto. I got to say it again. A lot of those people, a big percentage, are not from Toronto. And I don't want to diss everybody like they can't afford it, but Toronto's in a big situation where a lot of people are unemployed and those shows are very expensive. What do you think about the lawsuit? Should he even do a rap album after? Man, that lawsuit thing is not hip hop, first of all. I talked about it many times on here with me and my brother and the cast. The lawsuit thing is in his culture. I don't really want to say it. So, well, I could say it. It's because his background Jewish, right? So that's the other way of the battling for him, right? He's a businessman. Besides this whole rap thing, the way how he thinks is numbers and financially. If you hear how he was talking, he'd been talking since he's a young kid. He was always into the money. He was always into it, right? He was always into the money, Drake. But the lawsuit, he's just trying to teach them a lesson. UMG. He wants to show something to them. Yeah, there's a lot of Torontonians at the show, like a lot of other hip hop shows. But those Torontonians who you think, I'm gonna be straight telling you who's at the show. Big percentage, if you want to say like it's people from like the neighborhoods or the people who's supposed to be like top, like you know how they're saying top five is a shooter, and you know from the so-called hoods and stuff. It's not those people. Majority of the people, and I'm raw in here, are white, Caucasian, middle class, or rich people. A couple black ones or minorities are there, or if you want to say black, a couple of them, but the majority are white people at that concert. I'm going to tell you that the majority of the people at that show were white, and there was an Indian, Asian, and all that, but it ain't people from the hood who was at the Kendrick Lamar show. You didn't have a whole bunch of people like were top five and were pressers from. They weren't there. Yeah, he killed his own. I can't lie, he did. Yeah, he killed his reputation with that, but I don't think he gives a damn. One thing I realize with this whole Hollywood or media thing or people who are in the music industry, once you reach a certain level with money, you don't give a shit what anyone says about you. Once you reach a certain level with a lot of money, you don't care what anybody says about you. There's a whole bunch of people with a lot of dirt. Worse, like this is soft, and people are talking about them and they don't give a damn, right? But in the hip hop thing, right? For the hip hop community, he lost a card there. They pulled his card for the hip hop shit. So people have to realize most people who like Drake, the majority, they don't listen to other hip hop. They just listen to Drake. So that's what the battle is. The people who are in the culture and people who are not really in the culture, but they like Drake. So I'm going to say that again. A lot of people who like Drake, they don't like other hip hop artists. It's just Drake. So majority white. Yeah, white. I mean, like what you're saying. Most of the concerts, I've even been to underground concerts, right? What are not Drake, close to Drake. And sorry to say, majority of it is Caucasians, especially in Toronto. Majority of the time, when it's a hip hop, especially the underground ones, it's Caucasians. So Drake is commercial. He's like Michael Jackson. You're getting every race going there, every single race, and the black. But come on, the tickets, mad crazy, man. You better have a good job or been saving for a good while to be spending what a couple thousand to be fucking far up in near the nosebleeds, right? Yeah, but yeah, I've been talking about. I have a lot of episodes on this, all the lawsuits, a whole bunch of stuff. If you want to check it out on the platform, we have a whole bunch of stuff dissecting this whole beef. I predicted it. We predicted it. We knew this would happen. A lot of people from Toronto don't like Drake. I think people. I'm the only one saying it. There's been a lot of concerts over the years and spent a lot. Yes, it, I think a lot of people are scared to what I'm saying. They're scared to say it. Only maybe they might tweak it a little. A lot of people do not like Drake from Toronto. Get it through your heads. Americans and some people from here, they don't like Drake. They don't like Drake, right? You see the weekend, how quiet the weekend is? You notice? A lot of people like the weekend, and a lot of people don't like the weekend from Toronto. A lot of people like Tory Lanez from Toronto, and a lot of people don't like Tory Lanez from Toronto. And you're going to see that as years go by, and the media will talk about stories. There's a lot of people who don't like Tory Lanez. I like Tory Lanez's music, but I'll be straight. When I first seen this guy, I didn't like how his attitude was. I thought he was too cocky, but his music's great. The Weeknd, I like his music, but some people don't like that he doesn't show love to his own city, right? So get off that shit. A lot of these guys who are big from here, even actors, basketball players, a lot of people don't like them maybe, but guess what? There's a percentage of people who like them. And the same thing goes for Drake. But people, I'll be back later on the stream. Please subscribe, follow, like, and comment. It's the Down to Earth Network, the Down to Earth Podcast. Bless. Thanks for joining, people.